In the pantheon of hard Joshua Tree rock climbs, controversy, big egos, and slander go hand in hand. Behind every great route, there's a story, oftentimes larger than life and shrouded in mystery. My idea of fun, aka Born to be Wild, established by the late Paul Borne in 1994, is one such route that has it all. Big number claims, spicy downgrades, unknown repeats, and even a story about the literal practice of letting go in Zen Buddhism. On Mountain Project, the late great Steve Edwards set the stage when he wrote, "The story I heard from either Thaw or Fish was that Borne called it 14C, making it arguably the hardest route in the world at the time. Hubble and Action Direct had yet to be upgraded, and went on local TV to claim the world's hardest route was in Josh. Miles onside the second ascent, confirming the C, but slashing 2 numbers off the 14. If true, this could be one of the biggest downgrades in climbing history, from 14C to 12D. And while there are conflicting reports about the true grade of the climb, or whether Sean Miles, a visiting climber from the UK, onside the route, one-hanged, or even sent it, Scott Cosgrove confirmed key parts of the story and brought to light new elements when we previewed footage of Alan Moore on the climb.
My idea about fun. This was the answer to the New Deal by the late Paul Borne. It's supposed to be 514 or the hardest route in the country when he first put it up. I think Alan said it was 13A. And a guy did it years ago with one fall, this guy named Sean Miles, and he said it was about that. But it was pretty hard, it just wasn't 14B. Beautiful climb though.
It's not quite the answer to the New Deal then, I don't think.
But for many years it was considered, and people didn't, they hadn't done the second ascent, so nobody really knew for sure whether that was as hard as the New Deal. And then Alan doing this, in a way, kind of enlightens us, because we didn't, like I said, repeat a lot of routes, so we didn't really know how hard anything was or what we were doing. We just...
My idea of fun goes at a giant dike on the side of Echo Rock. And the location is stunning. Well, it's not surprising because it wasn't in the guidebooks for a long time. It only finally got put in the guidebook this last, a couple of years ago. But still, nobody ever climbs these things. They're all mysterious, they're all unknown, even though they've already been done.
Like anybody says, there's nothing overhanging and cool in Joshua Tree. But not only is it overhanging cool, it's just symmetrically, and the location is just so beautiful. It's like you're climbing on a piece of sculpture, and you're grabbing real obvious features. And that's what I love about it.
You're traversing out this dike and your feet are really bad, and you're clipping bolts, and then all of a sudden the bolts end. And you have a 30-foot run out to the anchor. If you fall, you're gonna hit the ground.
To understand the next twist in the story, you must first know about John the Birdman Jenkins. John is an iconic figure in Joshua Tree rock climbing, known for having an almost obsessive love for the famed Gunsmoke Traverse. On any given day, you might see John there, fluidly sending the traverse back and forth, or possibly even practicing one single move over and over and over. In John Sherman's epic bouldering book, Stone Crusade, he relays that John Jenkins has traversed the wall thousands of times, on one occasion doing 41 laps in 4 hours. While John mainly keeps to himself and is mostly known to boulder, according to Cosgrove, he would tie into a rope on occasion, and when he did, his mastery of climbing was as clear as ever.
John the Birdman got on this thing while Paul was working on it, and on his first try, he climbed all the way out to the last bolt and around the corner from Ellen, and then got off and let go.
Why?
Because he was a Buddhist at the time, so he thought that, if he would give himself success, it would build his ego, and he didn't want to do it for that. He was going to the Zen Center up in Idlewild. But anyway, he would have done the first ascent, or it sounds like he did do the first ascent, but the crux was the first part.
So he just chose not to top it out because he didn't want... Wow.
He chose not to top out father figure.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, tell me that?
Well, it was after the first ascent, but I took him over to father figure and got John the Birdman on it, and he almost did a third try. And he got to the last moves, and he said the same thing and let go. He didn't want to let himself do it for his ego. Interesting.
The last thing I want to leave you with is an excerpt about Paul Borne from Todd Gordon's Sport Climbing Guidebook. The late Paul Borne was another prolific new route advocate that put up some of the best and most popular sport climbs in the park. Many are quite difficult. Strong, talented, experienced, motivated, and creative, Paul did all his routes on lead, which is quite impressive and a proud accomplishment. It is a testament to his dedication to doing things in a certain style. Many of his FAs are very popular today. His list of quality first ascents is a long one. Teaming up with Al the Dude Swanson, Dave Mayville, and others, he was a major creative force in the park. Paul passed away in November 2012 from a parapente accident.